This is going to be the pros and cons of an Oura ring, whether or not you should buy. I've got my handy dandy little iPad here with all of my notes written down to tell you guys my favorite things. First off, we're going to start off with the cons because there are less cons than there are pros. First con is the subscription. You don't need to pay for the subscription, but the fact of the matter of the ring is to get as in-depth into our health as we possibly can, and that's what the subscription provides. So you can get a very baseline of your health without the subscription, but you definitely want to get it because that's the whole point of the ring entirely, is to have all the little like in-depth readiness scores, all of that. However, for the natural cycles, the ring still tells you your body basal temperature and your cycles. Natural cycles is supposed to be like the FDA approved birth control version of it, but I still have noticed that the ring does still give me my body basal temperature, and it still tells you what cycle day you're on. So as long as you're a little bit more aware of cycles and how they function, you don't really need natural cycles. That's only if you're not as aware of your cycle or know how cycles work very much that you would need the app, right? I hope that made sense. A lot of people complain about the bulkiness. I have it on my ring finger because I didn't like it on my index or this finger. I feel like on this finger, it's just going to hit everything a little bit more. When I'm holding the back of my baby's head to support her head, the ring right there hits her in the back of the head a lot, and it's just really uncomfortable for me. And I don't like the ring on this finger. I don't know why. I just really don't like it on this finger. I feel like I can't make a fist in a way. I don't know. But on my wedding finger, my ring finger, I really like it. I don't think it's clunky and bulky. I don't see a lot of people wearing it on their ring finger, but you want it on the most out of the way finger. So yeah, no, I don't have a problem with its bulkiness. It is a little bit of a bulkier ring, but this is a standard ring and this is the Oura ring, so you guys can tell the difference between them. It's a little bit bulkier, but it's not huge. Now let's get into the pros. Pro number one, I hate smartwatches. I hate wearing a smartwatch. I feel like it's not very elegant. It ruins a lot of outfits. I personally don't like to wear a smartwatch, especially to bed. I'm not a big watch wearer, and wearing a watch to bed was the most uncomfortable thing for me. But that's what I wanted to see, was how I was sleeping and how my body was recovering, so that I know for the next day how hard I can push myself. And having an Apple Watch or a Samsung watch, it just wasn't doing it for me to wear it at night. I hated that. Love having just a ring. The ring is a pro. Just having a ring is a huge pro for me. Number two, your ring will tell you if you're getting sick before you know you're getting sick. I absolutely love that about it, especially because everyone has been so sick around us. So it's nice to know that I'm coming down with something and to take it way easier on myself rather than to try and push through. Number three, readiness scores. I am someone who will just push myself and push myself and push myself until I've ran myself so far down that I have nothing left in me. I can't function for like a week at least. I have ran myself into the absolute dirt. So having a readiness score definitely helps me, because I've realized since getting my ring, I am more knowing how my body is, knowing how hard to push myself, and knowing not to overdo it. Today's the day I could go harder. Today's the day I need to go lighter. And planning out my days according to what I'm able to handle has definitely helped me, because now I'm not so angry all the time. I thought I had this horrible postpartum rage, and I realized I was just pushing my body way beyond its limits, and it was causing me to be angry all the time because I had nothing left in me and I was just truly exhausted. I'm gonna go into a depth video of that, but yeah, it taught me that I'm not just postpartum and rageful. I'm overly exhausted and not taking care of myself. And the reason why a lot of people get this ring for cycles. I love knowing where I'm at in my cycle, if I'm fertile, if I'm not fertile, if we're in the clear or not. My husband did get a vasectomy, but still I like to know when we're in the clear, because for the first year, I just want to be a little bit more aware of my cycles and just plan better, because I am the type of person to get pregnant on every form of birth control. I would be the vasectomy one. Like, I would be the vasectomy baby holder person thing. My brain's not functioning. I would get pregnant with my husband's vasectomy, for sure. That's why my body works. It wants all the babies. Final favorite thing about it, and you can turn this off if it does trigger you, but I love to know my calories. I love to know how many calories I'm burning according to how many calories that I can take in. I like to make sure I'm at least burning half of what I'm intaking, so that I could start losing some of this postpartum weight. Now, I don't want to do it too quickly because I am breastfeeding and I don't want to hurt my supply, but I also want to make sure I am adequately eating for the amount of calories I'm burning. I want to make sure I'm eating adequately. I don't want to lose too many calories. I don't want to gain too many calories. I want to stay at like a perfect little halfway kind of mark. Support my body and to support my supply. There are so many more pros and cons to the Oura ring, and I could do that in another video. But those are just my absolute overview of the ring for the past 3 weeks that I've had it. And would I recommend it? I would highly recommend it. If you're someone who doesn't like a watch, I would highly recommend it. But if you do like your watch, there's no need to have both. If you are already a watch wearer and you love your watch, don't jump to the Oura ring. It's the exact same thing. You just get a few little in-depth things that are slightly different, but nothing you have to have.